It's even playing? Awesome. Wow, that's weird. Sorry about that. Um, as usual, it's supposed to be playing the song, and today is just one of those days, man. Um, Been a really rough day today. Fuck this shit. I don't care. Sorry, guys. Um, just went out to go deal with some bullshit, random chores of the day. And it's just one of those days today where just everything that can go wrong will, and seems like it already has. So I start the day like usual, and everything seemed to be going just fine. Really no hiccups, nothing. And then about 11 o'clock in the morning hit. So cheers to you guys. I need this. Nothing some good ganja can't fix. So, basically, just everything that could seem to go wrong just really did. And, I got some new Christmas presents. New new blade, which is gorgeous. I love this thing. I am a huge knife collector. I love single blades, solid blades, good burrs. I'm also a huge fan of the whetstone. Now, if you buy these whetstones from actual whetstone cutlery, there's the name right there. They can give you different measurements. So I like to stick with 1,000, and some people like the 400 to get a thinner blade. Basically, the 1,000 cut is usually for your standard blades, where the lower the number goes down is the thickness of its girth, and so I think if the lower it goes is the sharper you can make the edge. But it's not a one size fits all kind of thing. Knives are very picky. Some knives don't like certain whetstones, and I am not a fan of the standard one your mom probably has. I know my mom does. It's just a stick, and you always saw your mom, just going shing 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 with the stick. I don't like those. They don't seem to work. Whereas, like here's a beautiful Smith and Wesson blade. Here is one of my favorite. This is my favorite. This is Monier, and so you can just tell right away by the actual sound on which one's getting a more even cut and which one has more of a jagged cut. So as you're listening to that sound, and I take out my new one, now this blade is much bigger. Notice a change in sound. They don't sound alike. And that's because one is already trained and the other one is not. And so my Smith & Wesson is very well sharpened. And, oh yeah, so, yeah, one sec. Alright, so, they just go in different sizes. So this is your standard, like I said, this is a beautiful Smith & Wesson right here. It's got a great tactical grip for it. As you see, the blade is very simple, but you have your you got your little gutter blades right here. And so then you have a more simplistic knife, which is more combat knife. And this one's much wider, you don't need much of a target. You don't need much range for this one. You can definitely miss and wouldn't be a too bad of a miss. So you don't need much aim with this. You definitely don't need too much discipline. The Smith & Wesson, you need a lot more discipline. You should definitely know how to fight with a knife. And then you have what I call my Stormbreaker. Now Stormbreaker here is a large mossy oak, and I love mossy oak because of the strength of the paint is never, I don't know, it's never been compromised. It doesn't stain very much, and they are very easy to take care of. So, it's like anything else. As long as you're good to it, it'll be good to you. So, yeah, just everything kept going wrong today, and alright, so yeah, it's just been crazy. I get over to the bus stop, and of course, you know what? It actually started before that. As soon as I went into the shower, now I've been shaving since if you look at my beard, you can tell I've been growing my facial hair out for a long time. And so my beard, every guy nowadays seems to have a beard, but some people take better care of them than others. Others don't know where to cut. Others don't know where to cut or where to, start. Basically, I learned a really cool trick. Is if you just take a modern or a normal comb, let's pretend like Monier here is a comb. You just want to make a diagonal line, and anything above that you want to shave. Now, with the beard, it's very simple. You just like that, when you do the little Undertaker slit in the throat thing, you should be able to put your hand up, and anything above the hand stays. Anything below or in the hand, that goes. That way, you don't have a solid beard, but without a foundation, the beard doesn't look really good. And I've seen a lot of people with, I like to call them front beards, because they're only good from the front up. And then when they talk, you can see all this space here. It's not a good look. It just doesn't look right. So for guys, if you're going to grow out your beard, please do it right. And just, chicks don't like to see a messy beard. They don't want to see, you don't know how to groom yourself. I, for the longest time, was the luckiest guy in the world, because I was married, and I had a wife that just was awesome at fixing everything for me. I sucked at it. So she used to groom me, and so I just learned off of her, where to focus on eyebrows, I don't get them threaded or anything. It's just, there's really nothing a perfectly good, I believe they're called the Gillette Fusion blades. Now, those are damn good blades. I've never tried the Dollar Shave Club, so I wouldn't know anything about that. If anybody knows anything about, if you guys know anything about that brand, just follow me right here. And yeah, send me some info, because I really am interested in the Dollar Shave Club. I just don't really trust anything that costs $1 anymore. So let's just forget about today. So today sucks. Today really, really sucks. It's just been freezing cold. I couldn't catch a bus to save my life, and it's just been a long day. So I wanted to get into the topic of that I was just touching briefly on, um, and it was about the whole Kanye West and the whole Kanye West debacle, his meeting with Trump. I didn't even know about yet at that time when I wrote it, or when I was talking yesterday. I didn't even know that Kanye West had the balls to go to, Trump and actually ask him to be his running mate. I mean, that's fucking hilarious. I mean, the ego the ego in that room would I don't know how the room was able to stay there. I mean, with two guys with heads that big, I mean, I didn't think they'd be able to fit in a single room together. I mean, they really had to stuff those egos in their pocket because just the funniest part of it is the idea of being just a fly on the wall and listening to Kanye West pitching for pitching an idea to Trump to be his sidekick. I mean, Trump would never be a sidekick. So the idea that he would be Kanye's sidekick is just the funniest shit ever. And I guess he wants that kind of relationship like Herschel Walker has with guys like Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham. There is nothing more pathetic than seeing a United States senator doing push-ups in front of a former football player turned politician who has yet to learn anything about politics or, civil duties. Duty. And so it's like, nothing about civilian. Anyway, to be doing push-ups in front of a guy like that, it's just... Oh man, Lindsey Graham is such a pathetic person. It's hilarious. Oh, by the way, to add on to how horrible my day's been, my glasses were stolen. My fucking glasses were stolen. That's going too far, man. You don't steal a guy's glasses, man. So, that's why I have to look almost away from the camera, because that ring light drives me nuts. So yeah, my entire adult life, like I was saying this morning, that about shaving, I cut myself shaving. I've never done that since I was 13. That was the point I was trying to make earlier. Was that I've never cut myself shaving, and I did today, and it's like right here, and it hurts so freaking bad because you want to tongue it so bad, but it won't heal if you do that. It's like they mention it in Fight Club. So, like I was saying, the idea of seeing Lindsey Graham doing push-ups in front of Herschel Walker, like, oh my god, this is seriously too funny. It's like watching those kids that just really want to show off to someone. Now, if Lindsey Graham really did 35 push-ups, and from what I saw, I mean, he didn't. I was surprised he wasn't doing girl push-ups, on their knees and shit. But no, he managed to do a full push-up. But the whole time saying HerschelWalker.com, it's too funny. It's too funny, and it's so Lindsey Graham to the point that it's not even pathetic. It's Lindsey Graham pathetic. So that's the whole nother fucking level up there. And so he's, fucking doing push-ups and just, am I doing good, Herschel? Am I doing good? I mean, and then the funniest shit is, like, now that Kanye West is an anti-Semite, it's just, wow. So who are your lawyers and accountants then? I mean... Seriously, if I go to a lawyer, I don't know, maybe I'm just biased, but if I went to a lawyer, I want a Jewish lawyer. I'm sorry, they make great lawyers. And if I have a doctor, I want him to be either Chinese or Jewish or Indian. I don't know why. And if I have a fucking dentist, they have to be an Indian. I don't know why. Indian or Asian. Chinese, Japanese, or Indian. Those only people I let work on my teeth. I don't know why. I don't want to see a white person give me any tooth work. I'd rather, I don't know. I tend to laugh about the idea that there is such a good thing, or there is such a thing as, having, positive biases. If we all have to come to terms like Kanye, and basically he came out as an anti-Semite, and he is an anti-Semite, since he's coming clean like that, and saying retarded shit like going DEFCON 3 on Jews, wow, what a level. The level of sadness amongst the political realm is unlike anything I thought we'd ever see. Like, I thought Bush was going to be the dumbest thing we ever had. That was it. That was our bar. We set the bar at George Bush, and we had no clue that it was just going to get worse from there. I mean, they should take some of these stockpiles of take some of the stock footage of, or not stock footage, but, just old footage of news anchors talking about George Bush doing something very, insignificant, that they kind of made a big deal out of it, which now would be a huge deal, okay? If George Bush were to walk around saying that he grabs everyone by the pussy, he would have been kicked out immediately. He would have been impeached. The fact of what we allow in this country, the shit that we have allowed that has turned us into a backward ass country is just, it's sad to the point where it's just funny, and I can't help but laugh at it. I understand why, so many people in the political realm are so depressed, because, it's a depressing bunch. It really is. The GOP has no clue where they stand anymore. They don't have any policies to offer. They just want to tell you that they're not Democrats. That's it. That's the new Republican policy. Like the universal policy for Republicans seems to be, we're not Democrats. And that's not enough to get a vote. I'm sorry. It shouldn't be enough to get a vote. If you're not even going to tell me what your policy is, how the hell am I supposed to know what you're going to do? And why do the voters want anyone that's going to give them surprises? Seriously, I want my presidents boring, and I want them efficient and boring, okay? So far, it's like they try to make big deals out of Biden and shit, and it's, once you get to the White House, I think there's a certain amount of distance that the press should make, because we're now putting presidents in the same realm as pop stars. Ariana Grande and Barack Obama do not belong in the same sentence, unless you're talking about this specific one that I am talking about right now. But that's how it is now. A president is no longer a president. Now a president is a celebrity. Or the president can't be a president unless he's a celebrity. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. That people will actually vote for a celebrity over someone who's been working in civil service their whole lives and knows the goddamn drill. I just find that just wildly unacceptable. And the fact that we do accept it, not only do we accept it, but we almost are proud of it. It's just, that is not. that is not um, the world I wanted to live in. Like I said, I wanted my presidents nice and boring, where there was no surprises, and I didn't have to worry about a president starting wars with other countries because they're too stupid to keep their mouth shut. Um, yeah, sure, it makes for great entertainment, and it makes for great clicks and views and all that bullshit and downloads or whatever you're trying to get. Sure, whatever. But it is also destroying us at the same time. So I think we need to um, just really get off of this whole um, uh, bandwagon of celebrity worship. It's pathetic. And I'm watching the whole Will Smith thing and the Jada Pinkett Smith thing and Chris Rock, and the fact that people stand up for what Will Smith did is sad enough. That's pathetic. The word of today is pathetic. You should never, ever, ever hit a damn comedian, ever. If he's on stage doing his job. The joke that he made was not at her. It was with her. And we have completely forgotten about at and with. We weren't laughing at her, laughing with her. And so it turned into something that it really didn't need to be. But now, Chris Rock is finally coming out and talking. He did mention it. Are we back? Okay. So once he did mention it, it was funny. He made a joke about it or something in the UK, and again, fans went nuts and started yelling about whose side they were on, and that one person actually said that their views on celebrities is diminished, and it's like, why did you have so much fucking faith in celebrities anyway? You don't know them. It's not, celebrity is not a skill, why did you put so much faith in these fucking actors anyway? That's what they do for a living, is pretend to be whatever you wanted them to be. And you want that in your politics. Okay, that's crazy. And so in this situation, Chris Rock made a goddamn joke and he got hit for it. And people standing up for him, you're fucking retarded, because he was laughing at the joke. We all saw that. And whatever spell she's got over him, dude, you need to just run from that shit. And I see how Chappelle was trying to be neutral by saying, I think I see myself in both people. Saying that for the last 30 years, Will Smith has been wearing a mask, and by him slapping Chris Rock, he took that mask off and showed us who he really is, and that he should let that real face breathe, because he can see himself in both people. That's almost verbatim what he said. How can you take that in a negative way? I don't know. He clearly is stating that he sees both sides of the argument. He can understand from one point the anger that Will had, but as a comedian, he can relate to the pain and humiliation that Chris had gone through. Now, if we are going to fucking focus about that, fine, focus about it. Focus into it, but at least focus the right way. And have your focus in the right place, because, for one, he was there to make people laugh. And he was also there to promote film. That joke that he made did both of those things. It wasn't insulting. It was a comparison. And if I remember correctly, G.I. Jane didn't even win any major awards. So it was just always known for the movie that gorgeous Demi Moore shaved her head for. And you come off being a female with a shaved head, having, and then act like having alopecia is like having cancer. It's not. You can't die from alopecia. It's not that fucking big of a deal. You just lose hair in certain places. I have I've had friends with alopecia, and I made jokes all the time about their alopecia, and they would laugh. And again, if you can't laugh at something, what the fuck is wrong with you? Life is not meant to be taken that seriously. You know, that's seriously. That's why the God gave us, you know, the weirdest looking. I don't know. That's why the universe has provided us with the weirdest looking shit. Look at a pug, man. Look at a pug, and just look at its stupid face and tell me that we're supposed to take life seriously. Fuck that. We're not. To an extent. Again, everything is great in moderation. I'm not gonna like your hot photo anywhere. Please stop writing these stupid things on my damn page. This multi-stream is getting more popular for people that like porn. Which, if you like porn, you like porn. There's nothing wrong with liking porn. I just don't see. I don't see how they keep fucking adding their stupid shit here. I think they're just trying to put in their little things, those link messages. I hate those things. Don't ever send me no damn multimedia message that's gonna be like a whole thing. If you're messaging me, the last thing I want to see is ads and all that garbage. Get it out of here. You don't even get to stay here. I don't know why it says I can move this around here. Well, what if I put it there? Oh, what does that do? Alright, so yeah, I'm sorry. So I just hate these fucking people. They spam all over your messages or your computer. It's like no matter what you do, you get screwed out of it. So anyway, you had that issue with Will and Chris, and then what else was going on? The whole Kanye West and Trump thing. We talked about that, but yeah, tomorrow I want to talk more about Nick Fuentes, and also try to get in the subject of the no cash bail, because using the show Better Call Saul as a reference, I try to think about it that way, and think of the whole situation with Lalo, and how everybody suddenly hated Saul when he came into work because he had protected Lalo and represented him. And so I don't know what is happening right now. So my point is that they're upset that he had the $7 million bail, and so he got to walk free, and in doing so, he ended up, causing more mayhem. But the point is that in Illinois, we are given the chance to stop cash bail, which means the haves and have-nots will no longer be able to force themselves onto the bail system. So even if you have money to be bailed out, it depends on the crime. So that makes far more sense. I hate this idea that your punishment is only built on your punishment is based by the amount of money in your bank account. So that shouldn't stand. If you committed a crime, you should have to pay the same penalty, whether you're, Jay Leno or fucking, whether you're Joe Rogan or Joe somebody, you should definitely have to pay the same penalty that I do, never understood our bail system, but it's great that we're finally making steps to move forward with the ideas of no cash bail is like just the tip of the iceberg. Some people say it's taking away freedom. I don't. I think it's taking away freedom from people that really shouldn't have it. You know, same thing with like diplomatic immunity. Unless it's something, because it's insane the laws that we have that protect the rich and protect the empowered. This helps move in a direction that makes more sense and makes things more an even keel. So I'm definitely a supporter of this, and I hope they do get this pushed as a bill in Illinois. I love being in a city of Chicago. I love being in a state that tends to be one of the more sensible states. We're always we always seem to be at the forefront of actual progress when it's needed and when it actually gets into effect. It seems like Illinois is one of those states that just that gets it. And soon we'll be able to just have the recreational marijuana law passed, and we can just get another step towards progression. So with that, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for spamming on my damn show. Fucking thank you for cutting me on the fucking face this morning. Thank you so much, universe. You provided me with so very much. We love you guys. If you have questions, comments, concerns, if you just want someone to talk to, you can always just go over to uselessagentmusic@gmail.com. And we are always happy to read your email.